Halo GFers, kali ini kita akan menikmati di mana sensasi dan ketegangan di mana kemarin NGXsea dan POLARIS ya S2 ya. Coba kita akan ngecek gimana keseruannya. Kalian jangan kemana-mana, tetap di Infinity dan berikut adalah cuplikannya.
And Sheep, looking at the end of Polaris here.
Oh, no, I like it. I mean, Polaris have kind of set themselves up where Nigma can't have heroes that do anything. You stick the Shadow Demon ult on a Ember and he's lost all of his buffs. He's finding it hard to move around the fight. You Doom Troll. Now you don't have a troll. Who do you have? Who do you have? Like, I mean, they have a lot of shutdown. They have a lot of like, we're gonna try and deal with your team, and our Medusa's just gonna like carry us. It's like a, and they have like Legion as well to save her. They have Shadow Demon to save her. This is very much a Dusa carry us. Yeah. We'll do our best to stop them.
And what we're going for right now. Still no kills happening on the board yet, John. Very, very quiet game thus far. As bot lane, maybe I've just jinxed it because Force is in trouble. Paulson will get the Spirit Siphons off, and In Your Dream just hoping for an ensnare. Already found one, just needs another, and in fact, never mind, he doesn't. Paulson will get the job done with the Crypt Swarm, and that'll be first blood to go the way of NGX.
Are making their way up top. It is Mavis once more that's only showing in that lane. Not the biggest kill, but you kind of need every single, small thing you can get here.
Well, they're going to try and lock him down, though. It's not going to be that easy as Jokam never got the Impale off, though. Mavis now without Sakuchi should be in big trouble, and they will get the stun in the end. This little pick up there for Jokam on the Nyx Assassin, and Alacrity, he does get something for his trouble in his time.
Nice little use of time there for Jokam, kind of distracting the side. Mizu, though.
It's a big kill, Lelouch. He'd love this one, and he's got plenty of damage available to him. Jewel is out, and it's going to be such an easy kill as now. They'll try and go on the Ember. Alacrity, though, will be fine. You don't have the lockdown now with Lelouch, but it's another bit of Jewel damage and just more farm and gold to go the way of Polaris Esports. Uh-oh, they know exactly where Jokam is, and that probably means another bit of Jewel damage to come out for Lelouch as he rushes his way in. Xavius has got the setup. Jewel, though, is not there yet. They've got a nice Impale. Jokam trying to die before the Jewel is there, but it's not going to happen. They've got plenty of vision. And it's going to be plus 30 Jewel damage now for the LC.
That forcing the issue isn't really necessary here.
Bot lane Force getting aggressive again, though. This time Alacrity going to pop the DD rune and try to fight back. Doom is available, though, and Natsumi's around the corner. So now they'll just try to turn. Paulson, he'll go for a run with the pig stick, but it's not going to be enough. In fact, now the Ember still melting. They'll try with Mizu and the Wall of Replica. In fact, In Your Dream now going to even show up to try and help out. In the meantime, the Ember is still burning out and does go down. Force had barely enough damage, and now with the Jewel out, Lelouch, he's going to find even more against NGX. They get nothing. They get absolutely nothing here for all their trouble. Polaris Esports winning another great team fight.
They're just kind of farming where they can. They're not really caring about the precision, and Force is just so far forward.
Yeah, he's going for kills by himself. Force, no fear in the world, just rushing for the Darkseer, and he might have him. Just with the Doom damage alone, it might be enough, as now Jokam's going to try and back off, but they've got the TP cancel. And towards the south, this Darkseer is still burning, just slowly. He does barely survive Mizu. They find him out, Force. He's going to have a look around in that tree line. Mizu going to run right into him, and look at the reaction speed. Force finds him immediately and gets him down. It'll be another double here for the Doom, and another situation where NGX just cannot fight back.
To contest that. Like, their map is pretty dark. They haven't taken enough towers to even out map control.
They're going to try now, John. Big smoke out. NGX. They're going to find Xavius. Impale will allow, but Natsumi, he might try to protect with the Stone Gaze. In Your Dream, he'll keep going. He's not petrified yet, and they do at least get the Shadow Demon, but what's it going to cost them? Paulson, he'll be jeweled up. There is a nice vacuum, but it's not going to be enough yet, though. In Your Dream, we'll move back in, but the time lapse is there. Mavis, he'll survive another day. There's a great Impale out from Jokam to try and hold them back, but it's not going to work out, as In Your Dream is just way out of position now with the Battle Trance. He is set to die, and he will. They do at least get Lelouch, and in fact it does seem like it was a positive team fight for NGX this time around. Very close call, and they still lose that POS 1 troll, but I suppose it's probably the best fight they've had all game.
So we'll see how much they can get done. They are starting to clump up as Polaris look to be ready to commit mid here.
They've got everything right now. All spells are up. There's just nothing to hold them back as the smoke is broken immediately by Natsumi. Mizu's jumped in with a normal punch, but what's that gonna do? Doom is out. Mizu, he's been caught immediately. They might just have to deny him off. And they'll try, but Force, he still gets the kill. They mistime it. On the brighter side, Natsumi is completely out of mana right now, so perhaps you could at least get the Aegis timing down, though. Jewel is Lelouch. He's in onto Jokam. Jewel is there. They've got another one. In fact, a great stun out. Force, he even found Polison. 3 down for NGX. 2 of them have buyback. As they slowly chip away at Natsumi, but he is still just casually being healed up here by Lelouch. Even Xavius with the heals out, and they just can't stop him.
And Force is just playing crazy. There was a Lincoln sub on Mizu, and it just didn't feel that way. Now, immediately getting Doom off. I think Mizu might have been using that spell shield on himself mid-cast. So there was an opening there where the item was being used and it didn't manage to shield.
They do at least get the Aegis done. Aegis down for Natsumi. Some good news for NGX at the least. They'll go to the triangle. See if they can find anyone there, but again, it could be a very hard team fight to take. As Mavis is already around to break the smoke, and he's seen the ward placement. They'll silence him up. Normal punch is there. Back is out, and they get something, but now Force will jump in right back in onto Mizu, who gets jeweled up immediately by Lelouch. That'll be one already down straight off the bat. As Natsumi will eventually back off after popping the Stone Gaze. NGX, you can't say they'd be happy with that trade, John, but it's something. They do get the bot tier 1. Force, though, having a look around for a stun. Won't quite find it, but now with the Doom out, he can lock on to the Troll, who has no help around. There's no towers to TP to save in your dream, so all he can do is just try to run the old-fashioned way as his teammates are making their way over. He's actually going to be able to survive, it seems, as they continue to chase him down. But no, the stun is found out. Infernal Blade is there in your dream. He's going to pop the Battle Trance and keep trying to fight Natsumi. He'll get the Stone Gaze off. Meanwhile, Lelouch finding the Polison DP will take him down, and in your dream's gone to boot. Another terrible team fight. In your dream, he got the bot T1, John, but again, there's no way for his team to catch up in time to try to help him.
Did manage to shove in that mid-tier 1 a little bit. It's 31 minutes in. This mid-tier 1's still standing. They can't even fully commit for that push. And the side of Polaris are just, you know, controlling the map really well. Next rush is going to be maybe up in 30 seconds. We'll see.
Yeah. Force. They're actually going to try and jump in. Disruption, though, will buy a bit of time as Alacrity's still going to try. Does get a great kill off now. Force, he was worth a lot of gold, but Lelouch is going to be around. Problem is they had no Lincoln's Breaker. So instead, they'll have to try and settle onto the Nyx Assassin. Lelouch, though, he'll be very happy with that bonus damage. Now sitting at 210 bonus. Hell, if Natsumi can't carry you, Lelouch probably will, John.
Oh, yeah. He hits like a Mizu to get that big vac wall. And as we've seen, you can at least melt through someone.
Lelouch, he's right in. With the BKB up, they're going to try and take down the Nyx Assassin mid-impact, or rather, in the burrow, and they've got him. Dual damage acquired. That'll be a Nyx Assassin down for 40. Though he can buy back, and now a massive vacuum wall, but where's your follow-up? Alacrity, he's going to try and jump in, but with the Stone Gaze, they can just disengage every time. The Polaris, they are out of there scot-free. But mind you, they do not get the melee barracks they're looking for. And now an immediate smoke up from NGX. They're going to try and make use of this. Stone Gaze being down for Natsumi is an opening. The Polaris, they're ready for it. They're waiting for that right moment as Alacrity has his smoke broken. The wraparound is there though. NGX moving in from the right side, trying to go in onto Mavis, but get it even on the Weaver. It's not the easiest kill, and in the meantime, Natsumi goes back in after the melee barracks. Polaris Esports continue to just try and work away at these illusions. Mizu go for a normal punch, but not quite able to find it, as now the impels do fly it again, but Lelouch, he's blinked in, chains around to lock him down. A disruption will save. I think Lelouch, he'll be happy to force the fight, but a nice vacuum impale does land, but doesn't matter because Jokam, he's going to get jeweled up again in the burrow. They've got so much damage, and now in your dream, he's been doomed up. He does get the battle trance off in time, but what does it matter? Natsumi's just doing way too much damage with a massive vacuum wall out. Mizu, he may have saved the day. Alacrity still trying to chase Force. He does take him down the Doom. but it's 4 down for the price of 2. Natsumi's still walking out of there, going down towards the bot lane of the Rat Barracks. And NGX, they still really got no way to defend, so Natsumi, he'll go after the T4 towers. He'll deny himself off, it looks like. Just wants the reset. And in fact, never mind the tier 4s. They'll go back after the second lane of Barracks. Hell, they might even have time for a third.
Yeah, I think they realize that with a refresh being popped as well on the respawn of Mizu, and that same Vac wall play is not going to be there. And you still have a little bit more time until the Nyx as well. Doesn't take too long for Natsumi's damage to really take care of this. And that should just be the Megas. Let's see if NGX still has a way to fight back.
Oh, Alacrity, he's trying his best, but it's just so much damage coming up from Natsumi. There's your Troll Warlord, but look at the damage output. He can't fight back. He popped the battle trance, excuse me, but it's not going to work out as in your dream. He's just going to stand there and man up. He's still trying, but it's just not going to work. As even Lelouch onto the Death Prophet, killing off Polison with some more jewel damage. Make that plus 300, John. And NGXsea, they are now against Megas. Still, as much as they try to fight, it's just not working.
Hope for in the middle of those Vac walls, so it almost always saves Natsumi. And they're just in a really good spot now for Polaris. NGX backs against the wall. Refresh in 40 seconds for the double Vac wall, but they might not have even that, as Polaris are looking for that smoke play.
They're going straight through the Radiant base, John. They are not messing around. Lelouch, not going to see anyone quite yet. We'll go down towards the bot side, trying to find another target, but again, nobody around. Instead, why not the Fountain? Lelouch, he'll jump in onto the Death Prophet Polison. He needs help. He needs it right now. The duel is still going, and they've got enough damage. Lelouch just hitting for 330 bonus duel damage in this game number 1. Onto the Ancient they go, and with these BKBs, how do you stop them? The answer is you don't, John. They've got game 1. Polaris Esports making it look easy. And NGX, they've got to go back to the drawing board here, John. This game 1 draft does not work out for them.
No. Yeah, it's an interesting change-up for Polaris. I think they've got this really aggressive offlane that can happen. They just get the Dragon Tail into a good charge up from Xavius. That could be really annoying. I do like NGX's draft because they go back to In Your Dream special. Terrorblade comes out. This is a hero he was known for. It wasn't there in the last game. He should be much comfier here, and you have Metamorphosis to play with up against Adusa early, so it feels better for NGX along with Mizu's Brewmaster, which he does great work on.
A kill happening down at this bot lane where Force is still around. They'll get the Swarm out. Alacrity should have plenty of follow-up damage here to get this TK down, but the stun is there to try and slow him down, but Alacrity is going to be able to get the X back into the torrent, and will be able to secure first blood. As it did seem like they were trying to give that over to In Your Dream, but Alacrity somehow still finds it with the torrent damage.
And they get the chance to clear out some of these Ancients as well. Not the quickest from the Kunkka, but they're applying pressure.
And no level 6 on Mavis, so all this damage is going to really hurt as they take down the Abaddon. Another great kill for NGX's Force is going to try and turn back into this Hoodwink. Jokam, he'll go for the Scurry, but Lelouch from the low ground with the Swashbuckle will have plenty of damage. It does secure a bit of a trade here now for Polaris, and well, that was actually the first kill for the Dire this game.
Yep, just ensuring that Natsumi is not going to get off to that running start we saw him in game 1. And again, looking at In Your Dreams farm, it's going a lot better as they make some aggression up top.
Yeah, Lelouch, he's going to be there with the Rolling Thunder, but Mavis is set to fall as they just lock him down with Alacrity. Though Lelouch is still chasing down Jokam and should eventually be able to get him with the Swash, but no! I could have sworn that connected as now the boat's going to fly in. Raindrop is there to try and protect his Lelouch. He still finds him blind, but it's going to cost his own life. Alacrity able to take a very, very valuable kill here for NGX. And John, am I going blind? Did that Swashbuckle really miss?
Maybe every single proc was an evaded proc?
Top lane, they're going to try and force the fight now. Mizu is the target. Primal Split not going to be there in time. Force, he got the Dragon Tail off and they might have the damage. No, Mizu, he gets the split off just in the nick of time, as now they'll turn back in on Force. In the meantime, Xavius almost dropping. He'll get away. Natsumi to move in with the Stone Gaze, trying to go after In Your Dream and the Terrorblade.
Ooh.
He can't get the Sunder target off. Mizu now, even with the split, may just end up dropping and does. Lelouch finds him. They do at least get Xavius in the end, but what does it matter? It's not a good fight for NGX whatsoever. In the end, Polaris Esports, they should be very satisfied with that. So again, it's just so much space to be created for NGX thanks to Polison, but not if you go for the Roshan as Polaris, and that's exactly what they'll do.
I mean, with the damage you have from this DK with a fireball, it doesn't take too long. Your output isn't the fastest. There is room to respond on NGX, and you should be able to scout this one out as well.
They fight though. Jocam gonna move in with the acorn shot. Does have a bit of vision with the tree. They do commit the split as well. But they're going to move in. Who are they aiming, however? I mean, they're going after Illusions right now. In the meantime, Lelouch, he's just dealing with the backlines onto Jocam. The Cyclone for the Medusa means they can finally focus down Force, but he's still protected. In fact, now they'll turn back around. Jocam's gone. In your dream, forced asunder, but he has been petrified up, and he can't follow up. As you do see Mizu still going. They'll X-Back Natsumi. Maybe they've got the Medusa this time around. He's gone too far, and he does end up getting taken out. NGX. Looking like a good team fight for them now as they just keep going. Everyone's so low on Polaris Esports. Should be easy pickings as Mavis will actually drop here to Polison. And with that, they just want the Roshan. And that's exactly what they'll go for. NGXsea, they'll get the Aegis up on In Your Dream. They'll chase for more now as Force and Xavius was still sticking around. Mizu will move in with the Fake Grenade and the Cinder Brew as Force will get X'd up by Alacrity into the torrent, and they'll have plenty of damage to take care of this Dragon Knight. And in the end, John, that Mizu Brewmaster split just cycloning up the Dusa just meant they couldn't really fight back.
Process for the side of NGX, and I think that's what Polaris has to stall this game out. Still, NGX looking for that smoke play. If they catch out something like Natsumi, that would be big. Let's see what they do spot.
Davis. Not quite the target they wanted to start with, John, but they'll try and secure as Lelouch. He jumps in for a double stun, trying to follow up. He will force the BKB out from Alacrity, but in the meantime, they've got the Abaddon with the Sharpshooter. The borrowed time will not pop. So NGX, a nice way to start the fight. We'll see if they can keep it going. In fact, they found Lelouch with the Cyclone. They lock him down, but they mistimed the Bushwhack. So Lelouch, he's going to be okay. In Your Dream, though, still trying to force the fight. Natsumi, he'll stand his ground and just wait this one out. But they're going to X him back into the boat with the silence out. They'll have so much damage to burn through the mana. But now In Your Dream's been caught out with the stun, but the time lapse is going to buy him a second chance to be able to fight back as Natsumi now with the Stone Gaze is just trying to find these Brewlings, and he might just have him. The Mizu is not going to die in time. He'll be able to fall back into the original Brewmaster as Natsumi and In Your Dream. They'll man fight, but they will lose the Aegis onto the Terrorbladers. Now Alacrity trying to back off but won't make it. Natsumi will have the damage. Jocam to also drop it. In Your Dream is forced to run. He'll TP right out, but it will be a win this time for Polaris Esports.
They will have refresh up on Mizu in a short while.
Nice stun out,
really
Force.
Yeah,
he's in again, right on Jocam. Nice 4-staff away, but it's just not going to make the difference. Force, just no fear with these initiations, and well, that's kind of been the story here for Polaris both games. Does feel like this offlane is just doing so much work for this dire side as now they move in onto the high ground. You can keep in mind there's no buyback available right now for Jocam, so he can't rejoin this fight. Instead, NGXsea got to find a way to try and defend. They'll use the Tidebringer, or rather, just pull him back. But Natsumi, he'll be just fine. The tidal wave not enough in the end to really drag Natsumi back and take him out. And with that, they'll be happy. Polaris, they'll just back off. Just wrapping around the long way, trying to get back into their own triangle here, NGXsea. Line has been drawn out, but Natsumi in a perfect position to actually break the smoke. Problem is, he may not be the one who wants to break the smoke, but he won't mind. He'll just go straight for the fight and just trying to fight this one. Mizu, how far has he gone? He's going to go for the second split up now. In the meantime, Jocam is melting, but In Your Dream trying to do with Force, but he's just perfectly fine.
Oh my god.
And Mizu is still just being chased down by the crazy snake lady. Mizu, run. It's not safe, Mizu. He's wasted both his split charges, and he gets absolutely nothing of it. That'll be a Brewmaster dead. Who are they even trying to deal with right now? It's Lelouch. They were trying to kill off the Pango the whole time. They couldn't even find that. In fact, Alacrity barely gets out with his life intact.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
And they find more Polison. He's still trying to run. In Your Dream actually sticking around a bit too long with this Ancient Black Dragon. It's a lot of damage. In Your Dream forced to turn his back here on the Medusa. They'll use him up. Lelouch. No, the Bushwhack gonna hold back the Medusa for a bit, but it won't matter. In Your Dream to drop. Polaris Esports, they are playing this map way too well here against NGX. They'll find another successful team fight win, and they'll just move straight into the tier 2 top tower. And John, I think that might just be another high ground attempt here from this Dire side. Problem is, Roshan's back up. Polaris know about it, and they're right in. That'll be the Shard's Aegis to go the way of the Dire unless NGX can fight this. And they don't really have a choice in the matter. They've got to try. So they'll smoke up. Even with the Refresher Orb now up on Mizu. He's got 3 charges of the Primal Split, but they've caught them out. They've read the movement. Force will move in. Mizu's dying again to the Medusa. He's got 1 Bruling left. He just needs to get the hell out of there. In the meantime, Pollison's already gone, and now Jokam. He can't catch a break. He'll die in the trees just as he would have loved. As Primal Split is there, Mizu, he'll try with the second charge, but what does it matter? Just run, Mizu. Just run, sir. He'll try. Alacrity will try to help out with the Torrent and the Tidal Wave. Mizu, though, still moving, will be able to form back into the Brewmaster as Lelouch. He may have gone too far, or maybe not, because now Natsumi, he'll pop the Stone Gaze. He had it the whole time, just never needing to use it. And NGXsea, nice attempt with the Tidal Wave, but just not on the mark. And that'll mean Polaris, they'll move right back into that Roshan pit. But will the bot rack speed jump? Like, how do you kill Natsumi right now? He's got double life. He's got a BKB up very soon. He's got an Abaddon right behind him. What's the play?
Just still try to hope to get the Cyclone onto Natsumi, but with the Aegis, 2 lives, just so hard to burn through.
You've only got 1 charge of the split right now. He'll pop it. Lelouch, though, right into the backside onto Pollison. They want that Weaver dead. They want that safe potential gone, and they've got him. Lelouch just soloing the Weaver in the backside as Jokam. He can't even survive. Lelouch finding a double kill on his own. Now Force will jump in and try and help out. Alacrity has been stunned up. He couldn't get the Torrent off in time. Instead, throwing it onto Force, trying to drag him back in onto the fountain. Because that's pretty much their only hope right now of killing off this DK. But it's just not happening. That'll be Megas to come out for Polaris Esports. And they are onto the tier 4 towers. NGX, it's a 3v5 situation. And it's looking real tough of a defense to come. They might just call it here, John, as the stickers have been dropped. Force, he'll still be the target. Again, he has backup right behind him, though. And he's not really the big issue. In Your Dream, he'll keep trying, but Natsumi, he pops the Stone Gaze, and now Lelouch moving forward. They'll stun up the TB in the fountain, but it won't matter. He'll be protected. Instead, it's back in onto Force, back in onto the DK, trying their best to take him down, and they might have him this time around, but In Your Dream's forced to pop the BKB for this. Onto Mavis now. With the borrowed time, he might survive, but the X-Pack is there, so no TP away from Mavis will mean another kill, or maybe not. In Your Dream now's been caught out. There's your Rolling Thunder, Lelouch, saving the day again. In Your Dream, still running, but there's your Diffusal Blade. They'll force him back into the fountain, however, and he'll survive another day as NGX, they're going to keep trying. Onto Natsumi they go. A great bushwhack into the sharpshooter, though it's taken by Force. He jumps in, and In Your Dream, he's gone. The Ancient is exposed, and there's no buyback available for the carry of NGX, as they are still trying to defend this. But how do you? I mean, Natsumi, he's just going to keep going. No Brewmaster split. No real spells to throw out. Force is in again. Onto the Hoodwink. Xavius does drop to Alacrity, but again, the Ancient is your main objective, and it's gone. Polaris Esports able to find a 2-0 victory here against NGXsea. And I'll tell you what, John, they made it look easy.